the book of letting go for daily life.
From Audiobook's office. Preface. In our journey through life, we often find ourselves holding on tightly to things that no longer serve us. We grasp onto past hurts, regrets, and resentments, fearing that if we let go, we will lose a part of ourselves. But what if we told you that letting go has the power to set you free? Yes, it takes courage and strength to release what no longer serves us, but the rewards are immense. In this brief audiobook, we will discuss the transformative power of letting go of things that no longer serve us and how this practice can help us move on with our life. We will go into the process of determining what has to be released, acknowledging and embracing our feelings, and practicing forgiveness, including forgiving oneself. We will also explore the practice of mindfulness and presence, releasing regrets and resentments, and letting go of the need for approval. Join us on this journey of understanding and embracing the art of letting go. Together, we can unlock the door to a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Lesson 1. Understanding the power of letting go. You can't help but feel a sense of liberation when you finally grasp the immense power of letting go. It's like shedding a heavy burden that has been weighing you down for far too long. Letting go allows us to free ourselves from the past, from our regrets, and from the things that no longer serve us. It's a powerful act of self-care and self-preservation. When we let go, we give ourselves permission to move forward. We release the grip of our attachments and open ourselves up to new possibilities. It's not always easy, of course. Letting go means confronting our fears and facing the unknown. But it's through this process that we find strength and resilience. Understanding the power of letting go requires us to be objective and analytical. We must examine our thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors and determine what is holding us back. Sometimes it's a toxic relationship that we need to release. Other times, it's a negative mindset or a limiting belief that is keeping us stuck. Whatever it is, identifying what needs to be released is the first step towards liberation. As we embark on this journey of letting go, it's important to approach it with empathy and understanding. We must be gentle with ourselves and recognize that it takes time and practice. Letting go is not a one-time event, but rather a continuous process of growth and self-discovery. So let us embrace the power of letting go and set ourselves free from the chains that bind us. Lesson 2. Identifying what needs to be released. Identifying what needs to be released can be a liberating step towards personal growth. It allows us to examine our lives and recognize the areas that are holding us back or causing us pain. Sometimes it may be a toxic relationship that no longer serves us, or a job that drains our energy and stifles our creativity. Other times, it may be deep-seated beliefs or patterns of behavior that no longer align with who we are or who we want to become. In order to identify what needs to be released, it is important to cultivate self-awareness and reflection. We must take the time to pause, step back, and honestly assess our lives. This may involve journaling, therapy, or talking with a trusted friend or mentor. It requires us to dig deep and confront the uncomfortable truths that we have been avoiding. Identifying what needs to be released also requires us to be honest with ourselves. We must be willing to let go of attachments, expectations, and even identities that no longer serve us. This can be a challenging process, as it often involves confronting our fears and stepping into the unknown. However, when we are able to identify what needs to be released and take the necessary steps to let go, we create space for new opportunities, growth, and transformation. By identifying what needs to be released, we can begin the process of acknowledging and accepting our emotions. This allows us to explore and understand the deeper layers of ourselves, paving the way for healing and personal development. So let us embark on this journey of self-discovery and growth as we uncover what needs to be released and embrace the freedom that comes with letting go. Lesson 3. Acknowledging and accepting emotions. Acknowledging and accepting emotions can be a challenging but important step towards personal growth. It allows us to navigate through difficult situations and find inner peace. For example, Sarah, a busy working mother, had always suppressed her feelings of overwhelm and stress. But once she started acknowledging and accepting her emotions, she was able to seek support and implement self-care practices, leading to a more balanced and fulfilling life. Emotions are an integral part of our human experience. They serve as valuable signals that something within us needs attention. However, many of us have been conditioned to believe that certain emotions are unacceptable or weak. This conditioning leads us to bury them deep within ourselves. This suppression may provide temporary relief, but in the long run, it can have detrimental effects on our mental and physical well-being. When we acknowledge and accept our emotions, we create space for understanding and growth. It allows us to be present with ourselves and truly experience what we are feeling, without judgment or resistance. By doing so, we open ourselves up to the possibility of finding healthy ways to address and process these emotions. Acknowledging and accepting emotions also fosters self-compassion and empathy towards others. When we are in touch with our own emotions, we become more attuned to the feelings of those around us. This deeper understanding enables us to connect with others on a more authentic level, strengthening our relationships and fostering a sense of community. In transitioning to the subsequent section about practicing forgiveness, including self-forgiveness, it is important to recognize that acknowledging and accepting our emotions is the foundation upon which forgiveness can be built. Only by facing our emotions head-on can we begin the journey towards healing and letting go. Lesson 4. Practicing forgiveness, including self-forgiveness. Practicing forgiveness, including self-forgiveness, can be a transformative journey towards healing and embracing personal growth. It is a process that allows us to release the weight of past grievances and move forward with a lighter heart. Forgiveness, both towards others and ourselves, is an act of compassion and empathy that requires courage and vulnerability. When we hold on to resentment and anger, it only serves to poison our own well-being. By choosing to forgive, we free ourselves from the chains of negativity and open up space for healing and growth. It is important to acknowledge that forgiveness does not mean condoning or forgetting the actions that caused harm, but rather choosing to let go of the emotional burden associated with them. Forgiving ourselves can be particularly challenging, as we often hold ourselves to high standards and struggle with self-acceptance. However, self-forgiveness is essential for personal growth and self-compassion. We all make mistakes and have moments of weakness, and it is through forgiveness that we can learn from our experiences and strive to become better versions of ourselves. Practicing forgiveness requires us to cultivate empathy and understanding, both towards others and ourselves. It is a conscious choice to let go of resentment and replace it with compassion. Through forgiveness, we can find peace within ourselves and foster healthy relationships with others. In the next section, we will explore the importance of cultivating mindfulness and presence as we continue on this journey of letting go and embracing personal growth. Transitioning into this topic, we understand that forgiveness and mindfulness go hand in hand, as they both require us to be present and fully engaged in the process of healing and self-discovery. Lesson 5. Cultivating mindfulness and presence. Embracing mindfulness and presence in our daily lives can lead to numerous benefits. Improved focus and reduced stress levels are just a few of the positive outcomes. According to a study conducted by researchers at Harvard Medical School, practicing mindfulness for just 10 minutes a day can significantly increase feelings of calm and well-being. Mindfulness involves paying attention to the present moment with purpose and without judgment. By cultivating mindfulness, we can become more aware of our thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations. This awareness allows us to respond to them in a more intentional and compassionate way. One of the key aspects of mindfulness is being fully present in the present moment. This means letting go of worries about the future or regrets about the past. Instead, we focus on what is happening right now. By doing so, we can fully engage with our experiences and appreciate the small joys and wonders of life. Moreover, practicing mindfulness can help us develop a greater sense of self-awareness. We become more attuned to our thoughts and feelings. In addition to improving our mental well-being, mindfulness can also have positive effects on our physical health. Research has shown that practicing mindfulness can reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression, lower blood pressure, and improve sleep quality. By bringing our attention to the sensations in our body, we can better understand our physical needs. This understanding allows us to take appropriate actions to support our overall well-being. In conclusion, cultivating mindfulness and presence in our daily lives can have profound effects on our well-being. By practicing mindfulness for just a few minutes each day, we can experience increased calmness, improved focus, and reduced stress levels. In the next section, we will explore the importance of developing a supportive mindset in our journey of letting go. Lesson 6. Developing a supportive mindset. To truly benefit from mindfulness and presence, it's crucial to develop a supportive mindset that encourages growth and self-compassion. Developing a supportive mindset allows us to navigate the challenges and uncertainties of life with greater ease and resilience. It involves cultivating a sense of curiosity and openness, as well as embracing a non-judgmental attitude towards ourselves and others. When we approach mindfulness and presence with a supportive mindset, we create a safe space for self-reflection and personal growth. Instead of being critical or judgmental of our thoughts and emotions, we learn to observe them with curiosity and acceptance. This allows us to gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our experiences, and to respond to challenges with kindness and self-compassion. A supportive mindset also involves cultivating a sense of gratitude and appreciation for the present moment. By acknowledging and savoring the positive aspects of our lives, we can shift our focus away from worries and anxieties, and instead embrace the beauty and abundance that surrounds us. This mindset helps us develop a greater resilience to stress and fosters a more positive outlook on life. In developing a supportive mindset, it's important to recognize that growth and self-compassion are ongoing processes. It requires patience and perseverance, as well as a willingness to learn from setbacks and failures. By embracing a supportive mindset, we can cultivate a greater sense of self-acceptance and resilience, enabling us to approach life's challenges with greater ease and grace. As we move into the following section on releasing attachments to outcomes, we are aware that cultivating a mentality that is supportive creates the groundwork for letting go of our attachments to certain outcomes and expectations. Lesson 7. Releasing attachments to outcomes. Releasing attachments to outcomes can liberate us from the grip of expectations and open us up to the beauty of life's unpredictable journey. When we become fixated on a specific outcome, we limit ourselves to a narrow perspective and miss out on the valuable lessons and experiences that come with embracing the unknown. Letting go of our attachments to outcomes requires a shift in mindset. Instead of focusing solely on the end result, we can learn to appreciate the process and the growth that occurs along the way. This doesn't mean we stop setting goals or striving for excellence, but rather that we allow ourselves to detach from the specific outcome and remain open to different possibilities. When we release our attachments to outcomes, we free ourselves from the fear of failure or disappointment. We become more resilient and adaptable, as we are no longer dependent on a specific result to define our worth or happiness. This mindset allows us to approach challenges with a sense of curiosity and openness, knowing that even if things don't go according to plan, there is always something valuable to be gained. By letting go of our attachments to outcomes, we can cultivate a greater sense of peace and contentment in our lives. We learn to trust in the process and have faith that everything is unfolding as it should. This mindset enables us to fully embrace change and uncertainty, recognizing that they are inherent parts of life's journey. So let's explore how we can embrace change and uncertainty with an open heart and mind. Lesson 8. Embracing change and uncertainty. Get ready to step into the unknown and embrace the exhilarating journey of change and uncertainty. Change is an inevitable part of life, and yet it can be one of the most challenging experiences we face. It requires us to let go of what is familiar and comfortable and venture into uncharted territories. But it is in these moments of uncertainty that we have the opportunity to grow and evolve. Embracing change and uncertainty allows us to break free from the constraints of our current circumstances and explore new possibilities. It opens doors to personal and professional development as we learn to adapt and navigate through unfamiliar situations. While it may feel uncomfortable at first, it is important to remember that change often brings about positive outcomes and opportunities for growth. In embracing change and uncertainty, it is crucial to approach it with an open mind and a willingness to learn. Instead of resisting or fearing the unknown, we can choose to view it as an adventure, a chance to discover new aspects of ourselves and the world around us. By doing so, we can cultivate a sense of resilience and adaptability that will serve us well throughout our lives. As we embrace change and uncertainty, it is important to remember the importance of setting healthy boundaries. By establishing clear limits and knowing when to say no, we can protect our well-being and maintain a sense of stability amidst the chaos of change. So let's explore how to set healthy boundaries and navigate the ever-changing landscape of life with grace and resilience. Lesson 9. Setting healthy boundaries. Embracing change and uncertainty requires us to establish and maintain healthy boundaries that safeguard our well-being and provide stability amidst the ever-changing landscape of life. Setting healthy boundaries is crucial because it allows us to define what is acceptable and what is not, creating a sense of safety and control. By clearly communicating our limits, we can protect ourselves from being overwhelmed or taken advantage of, while also respecting the boundaries of others. One aspect of setting healthy boundaries is learning to say no without feeling guilty. It is important to remember that our time and energy are valuable, and we have the right to prioritize our own needs. Saying no does not make us selfish. It is an act of self-care and self-respect. Additionally, setting boundaries involves recognizing and respecting our emotional limits. We must be aware of our own feelings and needs, and not allow others to manipulate or dismiss them. Another important aspect of setting healthy boundaries is establishing clear communication. This means expressing our thoughts, feelings, and expectations openly and honestly, while also listening to and respecting the perspectives of others. It is crucial to communicate our boundaries in a respectful and assertive manner, rather than resorting to aggression or passive aggressiveness. In conclusion, setting healthy boundaries is essential for embracing change and uncertainty. It allows us to protect our well-being, maintain stability, and navigate the ever-changing landscape of life. By establishing and maintaining these boundaries, we can create a sense of safety and control in the face of uncertainty. In the next section, we will explore the importance of practicing self-care and self-compassion as part of this journey. Lesson 10. Practicing self-care and self-compassion. Nurturing ourselves through self-care and self-compassion is an important part of our path to accepting change and uncertainty. It allows us to recharge our batteries and create inner strength and resilience that will see us through difficult times. When we practice self-care, we intentionally prioritize our own physical, emotional, and mental well-being. This involves engaging in activities that bring us joy and relaxation, such as taking a warm bath, going for a walk in nature, or spending quality time with loved ones. By engaging in self-care, we acknowledge our own needs and give ourselves permission to rest and recharge. Self-compassion is about extending kindness and understanding towards ourselves, especially during difficult moments. It involves treating ourselves with the same care and compassion that we would show to a friend who is struggling. When we practice self-compassion, we acknowledge our own humanity and embrace our imperfections. This can involve speaking to ourselves with words of encouragement and support, and letting go of self-judgment and self-criticism. By cultivating self-compassion, we foster a sense of acceptance and empathy towards ourselves, which can help us navigate through challenges with greater ease and grace. In a world that often prioritizes productivity and achievement, Practicing self-care and self-compassion can feel counterintuitive. However, by taking the time to nurture ourselves, we actually replenish our own well-being and enable ourselves to show up fully in our lives. As we continue on our journey of embracing change and uncertainty, let us remember the importance of caring for ourselves and extending kindness towards ourselves. By doing so, we cultivate the inner strength and resilience needed to navigate through the unknown. Now, let us explore the next step in our journey, letting go of control. Lesson 11. Letting go of control. Release the need to control every aspect of your life and surrender to the flow of uncertainty. Allow yourself to embrace the freedom and growth that comes with relinquishing your grip on the outcome. It is natural to desire control as it gives us a sense of security and predictability. However, holding on to this need too tightly can hinder our personal growth and limit our experiences. When we let go of control, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and opportunities that we may have otherwise missed. When we are constantly trying to control every aspect of our lives, we become overwhelmed and stressed. We may find ourselves constantly worrying about the future and trying to manipulate situations to fit our desired outcome. This not only exhausts us mentally and emotionally, but also prevents us from fully experiencing the present moment. By relinquishing our need for control, we can learn to trust in ourselves and in the process of life. Letting go of control does not mean giving up or being passive. It means acknowledging that there are certain things that are beyond our control and learning to accept them. It means being adaptable and resilient in the face of uncertainty. When we surrender to the flow of life, we allow ourselves to be guided by the current instead of fighting against it. This can lead to a greater sense of peace, fulfillment, and overall well-being. In the next section, we will explore the concept of surrendering to the flow of life and how it can bring us closer to finding our purpose and true happiness. Lesson 12. Surrendering to the flow of life. Allow yourself to be carried by the current of life, surrendering to its serendipitous sway and finding solace in the spontaneous surprises it brings. Life is an ever-changing river, and when we resist its flow, we create unnecessary tension and struggle. Surrendering to the flow of life means embracing uncertainty, letting go of the need for control, and trusting that everything is unfolding as it should. When we surrender, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and experiences. We become more adaptable and resilient, able to navigate the twists and turns that life presents us with. Instead of trying to force things to go our way, we learn to flow with the rhythm of life, accepting the highs and lows with equanimity. This surrender allows us to find a sense of peace and contentment in the midst of chaos. Surrendering to the flow of life also means releasing our attachment to outcomes and expectations. We let go of the need to constantly plan and strategize, and instead embrace the beauty of spontaneity and the unknown. This openness allows us to embrace the present moment fully and experience life's surprises with wonder and curiosity. In surrendering to the flow of life, we learn to trust in the process of healing past wounds and traumas. By releasing our resistance and surrendering to the flow, we create space for healing and transformation to occur. It is through surrender that we can begin to heal, grow, and create a life of meaning and fulfillment. So, let go and surrender to the flow of life, knowing that in doing so, you are opening yourself up to a world of healing and infinite possibilities. Lesson 13. Healing past wounds and traumas. Healing past wounds and traumas is a transformative journey that empowers us to reclaim our lives and embrace a future filled with resilience and growth. It is a process of confronting the pain and darkness that has haunted us and finding the strength within to heal and move forward. When we experience trauma, it often leaves deep emotional scars that can affect every aspect of our lives. These wounds can manifest as fear, anxiety, depression, and a sense of being stuck in the past. However, by acknowledging and addressing these wounds, we can begin the process of healing and find a renewed sense of hope. Healing past wounds and traumas requires us to face our pain head-on, to dig deep into the core of our being and confront the emotions that have been buried for so long. It can be a difficult and painful process, but it is necessary for our growth and well-being. By allowing ourselves to feel the pain, we can begin to release it and create space for healing. This may involve seeking therapy or counseling, engaging in self-care practices, and finding support from loved ones. As we heal, we begin to release the negative beliefs and self-defeating patterns that have held us back. We learn to let go of the past and embrace a new way of thinking and being. This process requires patience, self-compassion, and a willingness to challenge our old ways of thinking. By releasing these negative beliefs and patterns, we can open ourselves up to new possibilities and create a brighter future. In the next section, we will explore the importance of releasing negative beliefs and self-defeating patterns in our journey of letting go. Lesson 14. Releasing negative beliefs and self-defeating patterns. Embrace the power within you to break free from the shackles of negative beliefs and self-defeating patterns. As you embark on a transformative journey towards a brighter future, it's important to recognize that we all carry within us beliefs that hold us back and patterns that keep us stuck in unproductive cycles. These negative beliefs can stem from past experiences, societal conditioning, or even self-imposed limitations. They whisper in our ears, convincing us that we are not worthy, not capable, or destined to fail. But here's the truth. You have the power to let go of these beliefs and rewrite your story. Releasing negative beliefs and self-defeating patterns requires a deep level of self-awareness and a willingness to challenge your own thoughts and behaviors. It starts with recognizing the patterns that no longer serve you and questioning their validity. Are these beliefs based on facts or just assumptions? Are they helping you grow or holding you back? By becoming aware of these patterns, you can begin to dismantle them one by one. It's important to approach this process with empathy and understanding. Negative beliefs and self-defeating patterns are often deeply ingrained and can be difficult to let go of. It takes time and patience to unravel the layers that have built up over the years. Remember to be gentle with yourself and celebrate small victories along the way. As you release these negative beliefs and self-defeating patterns, you create space for new growth and possibilities. By letting go of what no longer serves you, you open yourself up to embrace imperfections and embrace growth. In the next section, we will explore how embracing imperfections can lead to personal transformation and self-acceptance. Lesson 15. Embracing imperfections and embracing growth. Unlock the power within yourself to embrace imperfections and witness the incredible growth that comes with it. In a world that often values perfection and achievement, it can be difficult to accept our flaws and mistakes. However, by embracing imperfections, we open ourselves up to a world of growth and self-improvement. Embracing imperfections allows us to let go of the unrealistic expectations we often place on ourselves. We live in a society that constantly tells us we need to be flawless in order to be successful or happy. But the truth is, no one is perfect. We all have flaws, make mistakes, and struggle at times. By accepting this reality, we free ourselves from the constant pressure to be perfect and instead focus on personal growth and development. When we embrace imperfections, we also create space for growth and learning. Mistakes and failures provide valuable opportunities for self-reflection and improvement. Instead of viewing them as setbacks, we can see them as stepping stones on our journey towards success. Embracing imperfections allows us to learn from our mistakes, develop new skills, and become better versions of ourselves. By embracing imperfections, we also cultivate empathy and understanding towards others. When we recognize and accept our own flaws, we become more compassionate towards others who are also struggling. We understand that everyone has their own battles and that no one is immune to imperfections. This empathy allows us to build stronger relationships and create a more supportive and understanding community. In conclusion, embracing imperfections is a powerful tool for self-growth and development. By letting go of the need to be perfect, we open ourselves up to new opportunities and experiences. In the next section, we will explore how finding meaning and purpose in letting go can further enhance our journey of self-discovery and personal growth. Lesson 16. Finding meaning and purpose in letting go. As we investigate the concept of finding meaning and purpose in letting go, we are confronted with the difficult job of relinquishing control and submitting to the unknown. This act of letting go opens us to entirely new options and opportunities for growth. When we let go, we create space in our lives for something new to enter. It could be a new relationship, a new career path, or simply a new way of being in the world. By releasing our attachment to the past or our expectations for the future, we free ourselves from the constraints that hold us back and limit our potential. Finding meaning and purpose in letting go means recognizing that we are not defined by our past or circumstances. Instead, we have the power to shape our own narrative and create a future that aligns with our deepest desires and values. This requires us to let go of the need for control and perfection, and instead embrace the messy, unpredictable nature of life. In letting go, we give ourselves permission to be vulnerable and open to new experiences. We learn to trust in the process of growth and allow ourselves to be guided by our intuition. By letting go of what no longer serves us, we create space for what truly matters and find a greater sense of fulfillment and purpose. Now, let's delve into the next aspect of letting go. That is letting go of comparisons and judgment. Lesson 17. Letting go of comparisons and judgment. Comparison and judgment can have a significant bearing on our overall health and happiness. According to a number of studies, engaging in a pattern of frequent comparison of oneself to others can result in elevated levels of stress as well as a reduction in one's sense of self-worth. When we constantly condemn ourselves and others, we create a toxic loop that hinders us from experiencing true happiness and fulfillment. This pattern keeps us from being able to enjoy life to its fullest. In today's society, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparison. Social media platforms are filled with carefully curated highlight reels of other people's lives, making it difficult not to compare ourselves and our own achievements. But what we often forget is that these glimpses into others' lives are just that, glimpses. They don't show the full picture of their struggles and hardships. By comparing ourselves to these incomplete portrayals, we are setting ourselves up for disappointment and dissatisfaction. Judgment is another harmful habit that we need to let go of. When we judge others, we are often projecting our own insecurities onto them. Instead of appreciating the unique qualities and strengths that each person possesses, we focus on their flaws and shortcomings. This not only damages our relationships, but also prevents us from truly understanding and connecting with others. To truly let go of comparisons and judgment, we need to shift our perspective and embrace vulnerability and authenticity. By recognizing that we are all on different paths and have our own unique journeys, we can start to appreciate our own worth and value. It's important to remember that everyone has their own struggles and insecurities, and that no one is perfect. In the next section, we will explore the importance of embracing vulnerability and authenticity in our lives. By letting go of comparisons and judgment, we can create a space for genuine connections and personal growth. Lesson 18. Embracing vulnerability and authenticity. In our journey of letting go, we have explored the importance of releasing comparisons and judgment. Now, we move into another crucial aspect of this process, embracing vulnerability and authenticity. Being vulnerable and authentic requires a genuine willingness to show our true selves without fear of rejection or judgment. It involves letting go of the masks we wear, the need to please others, and the need for external validation. When we embrace vulnerability, we open ourselves up to deeper connections and more meaningful relationships. It allows us to be seen and understood for who we truly are, fostering a sense of belonging and acceptance. However, vulnerability can be a daunting prospect. It requires us to confront our fears, insecurities, and past experiences that have shaped us. It demands courage to embrace our imperfections and share them with others. Yet, when we dare to be vulnerable, we create an environment that encourages others to do the same, fostering an atmosphere of authenticity and empathy. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable and authentic, we give others the opportunity to see the true us. And as a result, we are able to form stronger connections with the people around us. We can let go of the idea that we have to be perfect and instead concentrate on being authentic and staying loyal to who we are as individuals. When we do this, we foster a sense of independence and liberation inside ourselves, which enables us to take in all of the things that life has to offer. As we progress farther down this path of letting go, the cultivation of thankfulness and appreciation will now become the focus of our attention. Lesson 19. Cultivating gratitude and appreciation. Open yourselves up to the power of gratitude and appreciation. Allow yourselves to fully embrace the beauty and abundance that surrounds you. In a world that often focuses on what is lacking or missing, cultivating gratitude and appreciation can be a transformative practice. By shifting our attention to what we already have and acknowledging the goodness in our lives, we open ourselves up to a sense of contentment and fulfillment. Gratitude and appreciation are not just fleeting emotions. They are attitudes and mindsets that can be cultivated through practice. It involves consciously directing our attention towards the positive aspects of our lives, whether big or small. This can be as simple as expressing gratitude for a warm cup of tea in the morning or appreciating the support of a loved one. By actively seeking out these moments of gratitude, we train our minds to focus on the positive rather than dwelling on the negative. Cultivating gratitude and appreciation also allows us to develop a greater sense of empathy and connection with others. When we appreciate the kindness and generosity of others, we are more likely to reciprocate and extend kindness ourselves. This creates a positive cycle of gratitude and generosity that can have a ripple effect on our relationships and communities. As we embrace the power of gratitude and appreciation, we begin to let go of expectations. Instead of constantly striving for more or comparing ourselves to others, we learn to be content with what we have and find joy in the present moment. Letting go of expectations opens us up to new possibilities and allows us to fully experience the richness of life. Lesson 20. Letting go of expectations. Ironically, holding on tightly to our expectations often leads to a sense of disappointment and missed opportunities. We create a vision in our minds of how things should be. And when reality doesn't align with that vision, we feel let down. We set ourselves up for disappointment by expecting certain outcomes or behaviors from others. And when they don't meet our expectations, we can become frustrated or resentful. When we cling to our expectations, we close ourselves off to the possibilities that exist in the present moment. We become so focused on what we think should happen that we fail to see what is actually happening. This narrow perspective limits our ability to adapt, grow, and fully appreciate the beauty and potential of each situation. Letting go of expectations doesn't mean we have to abandon our desires or goals. It simply means releasing our attachment to specific outcomes and being open to what unfolds naturally. It allows us to approach each experience with curiosity and gratitude, rather than judgment and disappointment. When we let go of expectations, we free ourselves from the burden of control and surrender to the flow of life. By embracing the present moment and accepting things as they are, we open ourselves up to new opportunities and experiences that we may have otherwise missed. We become more flexible and resilient, able to adapt to whatever comes our way. Letting go of expectations also fosters deeper connections with others as we learn to appreciate and accept them for who they truly are. By moving our emphasis from the future to the present, we may begin to create a sense of calm and satisfaction in our lives. This will help us transition into the following section, which is about embracing the present moment. Lesson 21. Embracing the present moment. In our journey of letting go, we first explored the concept of letting go of expectations. We understood that expectations can often lead to disappointment and hinder our ability to fully appreciate and embrace the present moment. Now, let us delve deeper into the art of embracing the present moment. Embracing the present moment is about fully immersing ourselves in the here and now, without being burdened by thoughts of the past or worries about the future. It requires us to be mindful and aware of our surroundings, our emotions, and our thoughts. By doing so, we can truly experience the richness and beauty that each moment holds. When we embrace the present moment, we allow ourselves to let go of the distractions and preoccupations that often consume our minds. We become attuned to the small details that we may have previously overlooked: the warmth of the sun on our skin, the sound of birds chirping, the feeling of our breath as it enters and leaves our bodies. By embracing the present moment, we open ourselves up to a sense of peace and contentment. We can let go of the constant need for control and simply surrender to the flow of life. It is in this surrender that we find true freedom and serenity. As we continue on our journey of letting go, we will now explore the next step: releasing regrets and resentments. By doing so, we can further lighten our emotional load and create space for positivity and growth. Lesson 22. Releasing regrets and resentments. Explore the liberating power of releasing regrets and resentments, allowing yourselves to free your hearts and minds from the weight of past grievances. Regrets and resentments can consume our thoughts and emotions, trapping us in a cycle of negativity and preventing us from fully embracing the present moment. By letting go of these burdens, we can open ourselves up to a sense of freedom and peace. Releasing regrets involves acknowledging and accepting the choices we've made in the past. It requires us to recognize that we can't change what has already happened, but we can learn from it and grow. Instead of dwelling on what we should have done differently, we can focus on the lessons we've learned and use them to make better choices moving forward. This shift in perspective allows us to release the grip of regret, freeing ourselves from its emotional hold. Similarly, releasing resentments requires us to let go of the anger and bitterness we may hold towards others. Holding on to grudges only harms ourselves, as it keeps us trapped in a negative mindset. By practicing forgiveness and empathy, we can release the resentments that weigh us down and create space for healing and compassion. This doesn't mean forgetting or condoning the actions of others, but rather choosing to let go of the negative emotions associated with those actions. In releasing regrets and resentments, we give ourselves the gift of liberation. We free ourselves from the past, allowing our hearts and minds to be open to the present moment. By releasing these burdens, we can cultivate a sense of peace and acceptance, enabling us to fully embrace the journey ahead. As we continue to explore the power of letting go, we will now delve into the importance of practicing patience and trust in our lives. Lesson 23. Practicing patience and trust. Embrace the liberating power of practicing patience and trust, allowing ourselves to surrender to the unfolding of life's journey. In a world that demands instant gratification and quick results, it can be challenging to cultivate patience. However, by embracing patience, we can experience a sense of calm and inner peace. Patience teaches us to trust in the process and have faith that everything will fall into place at the right time. Practicing patience requires us to let go of the need for control. We must accept that certain things are beyond our control and that life has its own timeline. Instead of constantly pushing and striving, we learn to wait and observe, trusting that the universe will guide us towards our desired outcomes. Trusting in the process can be difficult, especially when faced with uncertainty and setbacks. However, by trusting that everything happens for a reason, we can find solace in knowing that even the most challenging situations have a purpose. Trusting also allows us to let go of anxiety and worry, as we believe that things will work out in the end. By practicing patience and trust, we develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. We learn to appreciate the beauty of the present moment, rather than constantly yearning for the future. Through patience and trust, we develop resilience and the ability to navigate life's ups and downs with grace. As we delve deeper into the process of letting go, we explore the concept of releasing the need for approval. Lesson 24. Letting go of the need for approval. In our journey of practicing patience and trust, another important aspect to consider is letting go of the need for approval. This is a common struggle for many of us, as we often seek validation from others to feel worthy and accepted. However, relying on external approval can be a never-ending cycle of seeking validation and feeling disappointed when it is not received. Letting go of the need for approval requires a shift in mindset and a deeper understanding of our own self-worth. It means recognizing that our value does not depend on the opinions or judgments of others. Instead, it lies within us, rooted in our unique qualities and strengths. When we let go of the need for approval, we free ourselves from the constant pressure to please others. We become more authentic in our actions and decisions, guided by our own values and beliefs rather than seeking external validation. This allows us to live a more fulfilling and genuine life, true to ourselves. It is important to remember that letting go of the need for approval is a process that takes time and practice. It may feel uncomfortable at first, as we are conditioned to seek validation from others. However, with patience and self-compassion, we can gradually release this need and embrace our own worthiness. Moving into the next section, embracing the journey of letting go is about embracing the freedom and liberation that comes with releasing the need for approval. It is about finding inner peace and contentment, knowing that our value lies within ourselves, not in the opinions of others. Let us delve deeper into this empowering process. Lesson 25. Embracing the journey of letting go. Discover the liberating path of embracing the journey of releasing the need for approval as we find true inner peace and contentment. Letting go of the need for approval is a transformative process that allows us to break free from the chains of external validation and embrace our authentic selves. It is a journey that requires self-reflection, self-acceptance, and self-love. When we constantly seek approval from others, we give away our power and allow our happiness to be dependent on their opinions. However, by embracing the journey of letting go, we reclaim our power and take control of our own happiness. We learn to trust ourselves and our own judgment, rather than relying on others to validate our worth. Embracing the journey of letting go also means embracing vulnerability. It means being open to making mistakes and learning from them, rather than seeking perfection. It means accepting that not everyone will approve of our choices, and that is okay. We learn to prioritize our own well-being and follow our own path, regardless of others' opinions. This journey requires a deep sense of self-awareness and self-compassion. It requires us to challenge our beliefs and question the narratives we have internalized about our worth. It is a process of unlearning societal expectations and embracing our unique individuality. There's a chance that when we set out on our adventure, we'll encounter opposition from within and without. Letting go of the need for acceptance can be difficult since it requires us to leave our safe spaces and try new things. But the payoff is enormous. By accepting the process of letting go, we can find happiness, peace, and contentment. We learn that our value is not contingent on other people's opinion of us, but rather on our own ability to accept and love ourselves. Conclusion. In conclusion, letting go is not always easy, but it is a powerful and necessary process for personal growth and emotional well-being. It enables us to release the burdens of the past and embrace the present moment with mindfulness and presence. According to a recent study conducted by the University of California, letting go of resentment and practicing forgiveness can lead to a 50% reduction in stress levels and a significant improvement in overall mental health. By acknowledging our emotions, forgiving ourselves and others, and cultivating patience and trust, we can truly embrace the journey of letting go and find greater peace and happiness in our lives.